Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. So this is what I'm working on today. Now this dresser I had picked up, it looked great. I looked in the drawers, it had wallpaper in the drawers, it looked so pretty. I got it home and the whole thing fell apart. The back came off, the drawers had cracks in them. One of the drawers came apart at the joints and it just was absolutely gross inside. So I got to work, cleaned the entire piece, removed the hardware, and I am keeping this hardware because it is so pretty. I don't think I've ever found hardware like this. So here is the back. Now all of the back slats came off. This piece is quite old, it is vintage. So we got started on putting all of the slats back into place. They sort of slid up like that. We just used the hammer to hammer them back in, and then we glued and nailed them so they were completely secured. Now I started sanding with my Orbitol sander the drawers and the top and halfway up because I had a plan. Now it had a back trim on it, which I removed with my new 2-edge utility knife. I love this tool. It works for absolutely everything. And I didn't want the trim on the back, it just was not working, and there was a gap at the back as well. So that had to come off, and it did come off very easily with this tool. I also removed the wheels, the caster wheels. They just were not working for me and they weren't sitting still, and it just was better without them. I took them off, but I did keep them just in case. Now here's the drawer that came apart. So all I did was put some wood glue in there, and then I used the clamps to clamp the entire thing. So I just made sure that the glue went into all of the grooves and then wiped off the excess with a cloth. Now, if you're going to do this with drawers and they need fixing, you're going to need the long clamps, which is what I have right here. They come in really good, like they're very handy and good to have around. This is where I had forgotten to record how we did the bottom of the drawers, because I had said at the very beginning that the drawer bottoms had cracks in them and holes, and so what we did is we took the old one that still had some shape to it and sort of traced the new one onto the old one. So in this drawer there are slats, like a groove where they slide into. So if you're going to replace a drawer bottom and it has a shape like this, or even if it's just square, that's even easier. All you do is you trace the old piece if possible. Otherwise, what you could do is get a piece of paper or a board and put it into the drawer, trace it, but make sure you have a little bit extra so that it's going into the so that it slides into the groove. You want to make sure that you don't cut it too short, otherwise it won't slide in. If it doesn't have the grooves, then you can also secure it with nails or glue and clamp it. But this one luckily had the grooves. So that's what that looked like, and all we used was this sheet right here of wood that we got at Lowe's, or you can get this at Home Depot. So once I had sanded and scuff sanded the entire piece and cleaned it really well, removed the dust, I started to paint. And this time I'm not using my paint sprayer. I'm actually hand brushing. So I'm using Country Chic paint brushes, which are my favorite. And I wanted the bottom half of this piece in a navy blue, which this color is called Peacoat, and it's by Country Chic paint. So I got started, and I didn't need to prime because this is a darker color, and I sanded this down to raw wood. So usually, yes, I would use a primer, but it was okay with this piece. It seemed to work out really well. And no bleed through came through on this Peacoat color. So as you can see, I am brush painting halfway up because I have a vision, I have a plan, and I only wanted this color half up, and I wanted the rest raw wood, as you can see right here. Now the wood color, the natural wood color, comes through as orange, and I did not want that. So I did my usual paint wash with Country Chic Paint Soiree, which is a light beige color, and I sprayed the surface with my spray bottle, the water, and then I brushed on the paint. Now I did spray my brush as well, and then I sprayed over the paint as well. So once I had done all of this, I go over it with a cloth to wipe off the excess so that it's a very faint paint wash and that you don't actually see the color, but you do see the wood grain popping through. So with this piece, I am also showing off the new Redesign with Prima transfers and tissue paper. So I added the tissue paper on the sides of the drawers, and using my utility knife again, I was able to cut the tissue paper very easily. So I brushed on the clear coat onto the side of the drawer, and then once it's completely covered with clear coat, and this is Country Chic Paint Clear Coat, this is the top coat that I also use to seal my furniture with. You can use Mod Podge, or you can also use the Redesign with Prima sealing gel. So then I place the tissue paper on top, and then run your hands over it so that there's no wrinkles and no air bubbles, and then you seal it with Country Chic Paint Clear Coat again. I then added one of their new transfers called Avian Sanctuary, and it has peacocks and birds on it and vines, and it is so pretty, and it just worked perfectly with the tissue paper I used. So I placed the transfer where I wanted it, and then used my utility knife to cut it, and you can cut it into pieces so that if you have it on a drawer or a bumpy place or an flat surface, then you can cut it to where you want each piece, like this. Once you have it in place, use the tool that it comes with. It's a little stick, or you can use a popsicle stick as well. And you just rub the transfer onto the surface with the tool. Then you're going to peel back the plastic film, making sure that the transfer is staying on the surface. If it isn't, just place the plastic back and rub again. And then you can peel it off again, and it will be in the place that you want it. So here's another, just a section just showing you what to do, and you can see the plastic film as I'm peeling it back. Then it was time to use Country Chic Paint Clear Coat, which is my favorite top coat to use to seal everything, including the transfers and the tissue paper. And now it was time to seal the entire piece, and I'm using this Country Chic Paint sponge on the top. This sponge is so good for really good smooth and even finishes. And here is what the final piece looks like. I am so happy with how it turned out. I think it looks absolutely beautiful. I added a little bit of green paint around the middle just to give it that extra pop. And I just think it turned out amazing, and I hope that you liked it too. Hope that you enjoyed that video, and I think I learned my lesson. But you know, it was such a beautiful piece. I should have taken a better look, but it did work out. We were able to fix everything on it, and I was disappointed when I got it home and everything fell apart. It just was not, like, the back came off first, then I opened the drawers and it was like, ew, and there was wallpaper cardboard covering up the cracks that were in the bottom, so we made new bottoms, as you saw. And I apologize for not recording that section of the drawer bottoms, but sometimes I forget. So I did show you, and I think that you'll get an idea. Maybe next time I will definitely record that and show it to you. So thanks for watching again, and I'll see you next Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern with a new video. Take care and have a great day.